is Shelley, excuse me.
Archambault.
Archambault. I apologize. Board member at Verizon, Okta, and Nordstrom, also former CEO of Metric Stream. Good morning to you. What do you think is the right answer here? Because I think there's so many companies who were planning a return to work as a post-Labor Day ambition, if not earlier, and now there's some real questions.
There are companies that are watching the data very carefully. And what I'm seeing is they're trying to remain flexible, creating the optionality for employees to come back to work, but still watching the numbers and how the rates are going. Because as you said, I think 51% of the new cases are the Delta variant, which everyone knows is more contagious.
So, but what do you think the right answer is insofar as mandating vaccines? I mean, one of the reasons that you'd wait is the idea that you might not have an office that is fully vaccinated. And I think there's real questions as to whether you can either incentivize, pressure, or mandate vaccination. Now we're seeing lots of cases where there's breakthrough cases, and what that ultimately means.
Very few companies are actually mandating the vaccines. There's for a variety of reasons, but they are strongly encouraging and even trying to make it easy for employees to get vaccinated. And many of the companies that have returned to work plans are actually offering flexibility in that case. So they're making it voluntary to start and encouraging people to be vaccinated. And if they're not, wearing masks and keeping distance. So I think you'll also see some of peer pressure start to play in a big role here.
Are you a believer that long term there's going to be a hybrid a workplace, or do you think that we're going to all be back in the office?
I believe there's going to continue to be a hybrid offering. As a matter of fact, HBR has done, Harvard Business Review has done some studies that show that that is the preferred mode for employees. Citrix just came out with a study they did for 18 to 40-year-olds that showed that over 90% of the people actually wanted the flexibility, yes, to come to the office, but also to work from home. And over 80% of companies are actually showing that they're going to offer some sort of flexibility. So I think flexibility is here to stay, especially if you want to be competitive for talent.
What do you think about mandates? And the reason I ask is you look at what the NFL just did, and effectively they are, I would say, in their own way, mandating it, because they're saying, I don't know if you saw the news, they said, look, if your team isn't vaccinated and you have to forfeit the game because the team has a COVID outbreak, not only am I not going to help you, you're not going to get paid.
You know, I think there's different ways to incent vaccines and de-incent people who are not vaccinated. But with regards to just mandating it across the board, it's a very difficult thing to do. Yes, we want as many people vaccinated as possible, but there are corner cases for sure where people cannot get. It might be because of their immune systems, et cetera. So we still need to create an environment where we can welcome all people to work.
And look, I know I get blasted about saying this. That's the thing I don't understand. I recognize that there are people that, for medical reasons or religious reasons or other reasons, may not be able to be vaccinated. I very much appreciate that, but I don't understand why there isn't a bigger case to be made that otherwise corporations are saying, we're mandating it. If you want to come to us and say that you can't do it, we can have that conversation, but let's do it like that, as opposed to saying, this is a completely voluntary operation.
It's an opt-out versus opt-in, right?
Right. No, I hear you. And I think as time goes through, companies are absolutely strongly encouraging employees to be vaccinated. The way in which they'll be able to work, the kinds of roles they'll be able to play, I think in time will be affected by whether they're vaccinated or not.
But
so not similar to the NFL, they'll create an environment in which people want to be vaccinated in order to actually do well, right, within the company.
But as a board member that I imagine is having these conversations, is there a lawyer telling you that you're going to get sued, that your employers are going to, the employees are going to sue you and you're going to lose the case? Because I don't think that's actually true.
Actually, there aren't lawyers that are telling us, here's how you have to do it. Lawyers are providing advice, always. But at the end of the day, it's a business decision of how you want to run your company and how you want to welcome employees back. I mean, you have large companies. I serve on boards of Fortune 500 companies with hundreds of thousands of employees. And you have to create an environment which will work across that spectrum. And oh, by the way, in all geographies, our companies are global. They have to follow global and local rules and laws that exist.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.